What is up, guys? It's David here. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why nobody will actually take care of you when you're old. So, just to begin with, according to my own experience and what I've seen in life, basically, I've never even encountered, not even once have I encountered, an instance where there is an old person and their children or their grandchildren fully take care of them. Never. It's always like they're saying their children and their grandchildren even, they might be trying to take care of them, it may seem so, and perhaps they do, but actually, deep down in their hearts, what they're thinking is, oh, they're a burden to us, they're a burden to us. We're all suffering. It's time for them to go. That's how it works, man. I've never, not even once have I encountered such an instance when an old person's family, their children and grandchildren are fully taking care of him, fully. I don't mean locking him up in a room and giving them some drugs and basically keeping them in a vegetative state. I don't mean that. I mean fully, because it takes a lot of resources. Their children and their grandchildren have to sacrifice a lot, and nobody wants that. They don't care. You see, and see how the society works. How can those people say that they care about their country or they care about their planet when they don't even want to take care of their old parents or their grandparents for that matter? That's how it works, man. Maybe there is an exception and that person has lots of wealth, Well, when it comes to inheritance, man, when their children and grandchildren know that he might leave us lots of cash and lots of inheritance, lots of property, so now we must try to take care of him. In that instance, yeah, they might do that. But even then, you can see that they don't really care. They don't really care. They have their own lives. They have their own goals to pursue in life. See how it works? You see? When I was a kid, I wouldn't even believe such a thing that most people are like this. I wouldn't even believe that. I would think that, yeah, when they get old, most children perhaps, yeah, I guess they do take care of their parents and grandparents. But no, man, it doesn't work that way. More than 99% of them, I've never seen that. I'm sure you'd agree. According to your own life experience, I guess it's the same. Can you give me just one instance? Have you ever encountered such an instance in your life when there is an old person and their children, their grandchildren even stay at home to take care of them? Many hours a day, maybe most of the time. They stay home. They don't go to work. They reschedule their work. They work late at night. Ever? Have you encountered that? Never. I guess never. It doesn't work that way. Generally speaking, their children and grandchildren don't really care about their parents. They might say some lovely words. They might bring beautiful gifts during Christmas or Easter. It might be true, but when it comes to actual sacrifice, when it comes to actual effort and energy and time spent, it never man, never happens. So that's one of the reasons I'm saying that the society, generally speaking, all over the world, it's a joke, man. It's a joke. Yeah, man. So what kind of family relationships, what kind of country and say, what kind of ideals are we going to talk about when people don't really take care of their parents? What are we even talking about? How can you then ask that person to care about the rest of the world, right? That's crazy, man. And I really do feel sorry for those people, you know, like many of them end up in like their sanctuaries. Many of them end up in elderly homes, you know, and they get abused there, man. Like they starve, they don't get enough nutrients, they don't get the right medical care. Like that's crazy, man. Like what did they spend all their lives living for? Like what were they working for? Like obviously they took care of their children, right? They looked after them, they brought them up, and for what? Like for what? After a few decades, like their children basically left them to die, right? That's what they did. Now most children, they don't totally abandon their parents, I guess, right? They don't do that. Like they give them some basic care, maybe hire some caretaker for them, maybe pay for some bills in the clinic, maybe, but that's not really a loss, you know? Like that's nothing. That's nothing. Like if anything, that even prolongs their suffering, you know? I don't want to sound sadistic here or anything. I'm just being honest, you know? I'm just being honest. So, yeah, man, the society we live in, like generally speaking, all over the world, is just a joke, man. It's just a joke. And what I've seen, and well, you know what's ironic, like, and all they care about actually, like their children and grandchildren. What I've seen is that it's all about inheritance, man. Like that's all they care about. Like that's what I've seen. Like all they're talking about is the inheritance. Like who gets the inheritance? And now, when the elderly, the parent or the grandparent dies, what happens? Now the children begin competing against each other, like for the property, like for the inheritance. And oftentimes, you know how it ends up. Oftentimes, like like an actual conflict begins, right? There's an actual war going on between the grandchildren and the children, right? Oftentimes it becomes legal, man. It turns legal. Like they sue each other. There's court of law, like trials, and like that's crazy, man. And it actually shows you the real nature of humans, you know, like the actual face, so to speak, of human beings and what their agendas are, like what their goals are, like on the surface, like it might seem that these human beings are really decent, polite, they love each other, they respect each other, they want the best for each other, but that's just the surface, you know, that's just the surface. That's not true for more than 90% of people, you know, like at first it might seem so, but when push comes to shove, when the elderly dies, when it's time to decide who inherits the property, the inheritance, when it comes to money and financial resources and assets, well, now people do show their true colors, you know. Yeah, now they begin to show their true colors. And that's when you see all the nasty stuff, man. That's when you see the real human nature, and that's what I like to talk about in these videos. Yeah, guys. Like, these videos may not be the highest quality production, definitely, but these truths that I'm talking about, like, these are the most valuable, like, some of the most valuable and the most precious gems that you can find on YouTube, here on YouTube. Yeah, so that's what gives me the audacity to say that my videos are actually some of the best on YouTube. Maybe not the highest quality, not cream of the crop, as they say, not that, but if you listen to them, if you internalize the wisdom in these videos, I guarantee you it will save you a lot of headache in life, a lot of wasted years in life, a lot of mistakes, a lot of money. I guarantee you that. So listen to my videos, listen to them, replay them, think about them, and your life will be better. And that's one of my girls. That's why I'm recording and uploading these videos. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much. And as always, I promise you the next video will be so much better than this one. And the next, and the next. After 1,000 videos will be at a totally different level. I can promise you that. So, thanks for listening again, and see you in the next video.